got a text this morning that is that could have been misunderstood had I not know this person so well. All right, here it is. It's from Renee, our friend Renee.
Yeah, I love her.
Okay. So I was texting her to meet me to go walking this morning and see the text that she...
Yes.
What?
Can I read it?
Yeah, let Julie read it out loud.
Where did this wind come from?
No, up above.
Sure, I have to get dressed first?
Yeah, and then...
Me too, I'll meet you on the street.
And
Swag, bitch. Give me 5 minutes.
And I looked at it and... What?
Okay.
Swag, bitch.
Well, and your response was, okay.
Well, I thought, I'm not going to say anything now. I'll wait till we're... So I go outside to meet her, and we're walking, and I said, hey, Renee, what does this mean? Am I like the bitch of swag now?
Was it a compliment?
She goes, what? And I show her, and she goes, how did that get there?
Oh, my word.
And spell check does some weird things.
Yes, it does.
I don't know what. I tried to figure out what it could have changed it from.
Been.
But
the original intention may have been.
I don't know. I think it's great.
It's hilarious, isn't it? And the good thing I know her. What if if that message would have come from somebody that I hardly knew? I would have gone, well, up there.
Has your phone ever changed something that you said?
Oh, yeah.
Like to maybe a body part? Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say it on air.
I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm like, thank goodness it went to my husband.
Oh.
And his response was, uh-huh.
Say no more.
See you when you
why
get home.
Change it to that?
I don't know.
And they do weirder things, it seems. Like my new phone changes what I say weirder than...
I think it's like the people that design these things. It's like
joke.
It's
a cruel joke. It is. So this guy, you're right. Mm-hmm. I really think so. So this guy... I was reading all these articles about communication today, and there was this one that really caught my eye. There are like over 10,000, it was 10,840 or something like that, books written about communication skills. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's a big thing, and I think with phones and the internet and Facebook.
All the social media.
Right, and people are starting to shorten YOU to U and ARE to letter R, and it's hurting our communication skills. Well, this guy says why communication is today's most important skill. And he goes on to talk about it is the father of the electronic age, the computers were. Okay, it is. But they're making us forget how to communicate face to face.
There's people that will not even make a phone call because they will only text.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I know
young people?
Lots of people that, I mean, 40 and
it's good for
younger.
shy people, but people like us have a real problem with it.
I feel like kids nowadays do have a harder time picking up the phone and communicating what they want or need because they're so used to texting.
Right.
You have teenagers.
Lots of them, yeah.
And what's your take on it?
Yeah, it's incredible. I tell my son to call his friend and find out what time we can be there, and he's not doing it. He's sitting in front of the television. I'll say, Brandon, go get the phone and call him. Let's find out what time he can be there. Mom, I already talked to him. I'm like, oh, that's right. They don't use our same method. It's not.
No.
I mean, it's just such.
And he considered that talking to him, texting him.
Absolutely. The problem is it's so constant. I mean, we've got a turn-in time for all devices because otherwise they're up all night. And it's the same thing with adults. I mean, they just really don't have any concept of this is family time, this is bedtime, this is
dinner time.
Yeah. AO especially. Right, but they don't really care. They don't observe those same limitations. So,
well, and people are more impatient now. If you don't get right back with someone, they're worried you're dead.
Right.
They'll call you over and over again.
Or they'll text you, get ears.
That's right.
No doubt. You know, I'm guilty of that, though. I'm sorry. I am
was gonna
guilty.
say, wait.
I'm
You
guilty.
have teenagers.
I'm
yes.
guilty of just the text instead of the phone call because it's quicker sometimes. What did I do when I called? What happened? How I made contact with you today? What'd I do?
You texted me, and you know what? And I'll be honest with you, I was kind of glad because I was right in the middle of something. I would not have taken your phone call
Say what?
had I. But
You see
I
this
would have.
look on her
I would
face?
have finished what I was doing, and then I would have called you back.
Exactly.
Because you know you have your own ring, but I didn't put it for text. And so when it texted me, I looked at it, and it was you, and I was glad. And so I texted you back. Now, Holly, when she texts me, I don't answer right away. I do.
Darn, I knew it.
That is hilarious.
You know, and let's talk about that. That pisses me off.
What?
If I text you, and I know you always have your phone, if I know you well enough, I'm not going to call you, I'm going to text you if it's something real quick. And I know you are right there by your phone usually.
Yeah.
And if you don't text me back for 4 or 5 hours, that's poor communication skills.
I would agree.
See? Not even your child. If it was somebody that I knew.
Well, let me ask you this, though.
Okay.
What if it's something that's not important? Does that still bother you?
Yes.
Why does it bother you?
Because you could say, give me a minute, or can't talk right now, or I'll call you later. Anything.
So for you, I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here. So for you, a quick response is respect.
Yeah, you're not blowing me off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
So
have a
from now
question.
on, don't wait for 5 or 6 hours, Julie.
Okay, but I have a question for
Yes.
you, though. Because you had said that if she would have called, you wouldn't have answered because you were in the middle of something. Did you answer her text right away?
Yes.
So you're not too busy to text her, but you're too busy to pick up the phone.
It just took me a second because I was actually gonna call her when I was finished to make sure she was still coming, and that's what it said. Did you still? And I said yes.
Yeah. And that was fine for me. That communication worked for me. Yeah, absolutely.
I just asked.
And sometimes there are
That is a good
things-
question.
Isn't it?
That is a good question.
Sometimes a text wouldn't, like if you would have said I can't make it, I would not have kept texting. I would have called to see if something was wrong.
Right.
Right.
But not till I
And
was
what if I
finished
wouldn't
doing
have
it.
answered the phone?
Then I would have been pissed. Let's face it. I would have gone, that damn Julie's blowing me off again.
Take all types of turns and twists. And
Then I would have sent a text in all caps.
okay, let me
Get ears.
Let
I'm
me
gonna
throw,
remember that.
Let me throw this in the mix.
Throw
Okay,
it.
so here my husband is an anti-texter, right? So I know to keep my text with him short. So, but I'll text him something and he will not text me back, and I'll say, "Why didn't you text me back?" He said, "Well, I didn't need to."
Yeah.
So it's a different. I think it's a difference between a man and a woman too.
That's
and my son is
interesting.
the same
Did
way.
it require a yes, no, or any kind of answer, or was it just information you were giving
It
him?
was information, but like you, out of respect, I like to hear thanks.
okay.
You know, so I had to educate him.
Yes.
Yes,
And I
but
said-
that's courtesy.
I said, and he's like, okay, and now that's what he does.
So, maybe there should be new,
Guidelines.
not even guidelines. You know how Miss Manners has proper protocol? The sound is scratchy, and it has been sounding scratchy all day today.
I was going to say, that's what Susan is typing into
Yeah,
now.
she put here, I don't know why, because I was listening earlier and it sounded scratchy to me. I'm sorry, I don't know why. Tell me if it gets better. I'm going to mess around with the board here a little bit and see if maybe it sounds better. Does that sound any better? Say yes if it does. Say no if it doesn't.
It sounds good to me.
I
It's-
don't hear any scratchiness.
No.
But I think we're on the different end of
We're
it,
not
maybe.
itchy. You know, but
We're not trying to
she's
scratch
a little
an itch.
itchy. That's all right. You know, today though, when I was at home getting ready, it sounded a little scratchy, and I thought maybe it was because I had the volume up too loud. But when I got here, I looked, and it was the same as it always was.
I turned it on through the app at work for a little while.
And it sounded
It
okay?
scratchy to me.
Hmm.
Maybe like an hour
Interesting.
ago.
I think maybe tomorrow I'm going to have to shut everything down and
And reboot it.
yeah, clean, maybe maybe clean it or something. I did shoot some of that canned air down there. Thank you for letting us know. And if it does improve, also let us know that, because I did change a couple things on the board just now. So if it does get better, abracadabra. Oh, still scratchy. Okay, thank you. So that wasn't it. All right. Okay. So we're talking about communication, and what is that called? Etiquette. That's the word. Texting etiquette. There should be maybe a book about it.
Maybe the Divalution should come up, or should develop, create texting etiquette and include communication in there.
Mm-hmm.
According to the Diva.
Mm-hmm.
Diva's rules on texting and etiquette. There you go.
That won't take long to write either.
It will not.
I think that I will write that, and if you have any input, you should put it in.
Absolutely.
Same with you, Misty, you too. Anybody that texts.
On telephone and then texting.
Okay.
I call you, and if you're busy, it goes to your voicemail, and I'll say, well, you can text me an answer.
That's right, and
That's
that is
etiquette. That's etiquette.
That is etiquette. Because I texted you and answered.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
Well, and it's setting up the expectation. This is
Right.
exactly what I want you to do.
Right.
And if you're texting someone, say, I need a response from you within the next 60 minutes.
And if you don't respond, I'm going to never talk to you again.
I'll block you. I'm blocking you.
Block you.
I'll defriend you on Facebook.
I'll do all those things.
the
I won't
ultimate.
follow you on Twitter. Yeah,
That's harsh.
That is
That's
harsh.
harsh.
You know, and I'll tell other people.
I'll spread the word. You'll be Twitter banned.
So, I like that. That's like Twitter pated if we love your tweet. Where's Twitter pated from? Does anybody know? That's right.
Who is it from?
It's from the movie Bambi.
Yep.
In the springtime, the animals are all Twitter pated.
That's
I've
good,
heard it
Misty.
before, but I
4
couldn't
kids, I
place
could say
it.
that.
Dang.
From those Warner Brothers, with the
That's
with
good.
the pig and all them and Twitter pated. Donald Duck.
Nope, that's a Bambi.
Daffy Duck.
What was the name of the book, Julie? Here, write it down.
Oh, the one that you're going to create?
Yes, the one that we're going to create online.
Okay.
Diva etiquette for texting.
There you go. So what is effective communication? It's about, and I think this is very key, it's about understanding the emotion and the intention behind the information. And a good example of that would be, I like you, Holly.
Thank you. I like you.
Or, I like you, Holly. You're a good friend. So you can't communicate the difference between that and a text.
No. Well, I was reading a study, and I want to say 80% of your communication is through body language. So, of course, you're not going to get that through texting, unless you're FaceTiming someone.
That's true. Skype.
But
That's true. Julie?
Yeah, I agree. Actually, the study that I usually use when I teach about communications, 55% of what we get from you is your body language, 38% is your voice inflection, and only
Okay.
7% of what you say.
right.
So none of those things is in texting, email, whatever. So what is the lesson in that? What is that telling you? If you have something important to say,
Call.
or say it in person. You could
Right.
text and say, I'm coming over to tell you something important.
Good plan.
Make
Yeah.
people your priority.
That's good.
Make people your
Who said that?
priority.
Yeah.
Misty,
Nice.
that could be the subtitle. Huh?
Your priority.
Absolutely.
Moving right along.
Absolutely.
Yes. So there's good and bad things about modern communication, modern methods of communication. It's quick. If I'm on my way, if I'm running 10 minutes late and I text you, I'm running 10 minutes late. It puts your mind at ease. You know I'm on my way. I'm a little late.
Right.
So that's good. And the other good thing is if I am running late and you're worried, you can call me.
Yep.
However, relationships can be ruined by texting.
I
Like
agree.
if someone calls you a swag bitch and you don't call them out on it. I'm just saying.